Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the internet's most enduring and mind-bending mysteries, Cicada 3301. Forget your true crime documentaries for a moment. Our story begins on January 4th, 2012, in the notorious digital playground of 4chan's per B board. A single cryptic image appeared, posted by an anonymous user known only as 3301. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't overtly threatening, but its message was clear. Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a hidden message in this image, 3301, and just like that, the fuse was lit on what would become the most elaborate, demanding, and utterly bizarre scavenger hunt the internet had ever witnessed. The clock had officially started ticking. Now, this wasn't your average find the difference puzzle. Within moments, eagle-eyed internet sleuths discovered the first layer. A simple text editor revealed an appended string of readable text minus a cipher. Deciphering that cipher led them to yet another image, a fleeting digital echo. But the true genius and the true difficulty emerged when participants realized they needed specialist tools. Using an application called OutGuess, they successfully extracted hidden information embedded deep within that very first visual clue. This wasn't just about spotting something. It was about understanding how information could be hidden. This revelation pulled them into a dedicated subreddit, a gathering place for the newly obsessed. All of this eventually led to a working phone number. Imagine dialing it, heart pounding, crossing that threshold into the unknown. They were met not by a person, but by a pre-recorded message. By the next morning, that initial image was a viral phenomenon, reposted across the globe. Armchair detectives formed a growing, obsessive community, driven by unanswerable questions. What was the goal? Who was the author? And what dark reward awaited those who reached the end? Some people, naturally, dismissed it as an overly complex prank, an elaborate troll. Whispers started circulating. Was this the clandestine work of an intelligence agency or some secret society attempting to recruit exceptional minds proficient in the dark arts of cryptography and steganography? The theories were wild, but the evidence for something truly extraordinary was mounting. The pre-recorded message offered the next breadcrumb, another layer to unravel, 2 missing numbers. The solution, once discovered, was terrifyingly elegant. The numbers were simply the dimensions of the original image, and multiplying those dimensions by the mysterious number 3301 yielded a product that served as a web address. This was next-level puzzle design. The resulting website was stark. An image of a cicada, a creature known for its cyclical emergence, and a countdown timer. When the clock finally struck 0, the screen updated, listing cold, hard coordinates. The game had violently erupted from the sterile glow of the screen and into the real world. 14 physical locations, scattered across 5 different countries. Those who believed Cicada 3301 was the work of an international collective now felt completely vindicated. Only such a monumental organization, with vast means and resources, could orchestrate a physical hunt on this scale. The pursuit intensified. Pictures poured into the subreddits of people in far-flung locations, searching. One hunter, right beside a bike shelter, literally ripped the poster off, securing the prize. But here the hunt took its most brutal and definitive turn. The gates slammed shut. Only a small, select group of first arrivals were accepted into the final, private stage. The site closed down with an unforgiving message. We want the best, not the followers. Ouch. The chosen few were issued a severe warning. Share nothing. Collaborate with no one. The rest of the world was left staring at a dead end, wondering what secrets lay beyond. After nearly a month of deafening silence, an image appeared on the subreddit, proclaiming the hunt's conclusion. Cicada had found their highly intelligent individuals, and they had seemingly vanished into the ether, leaving their fate a profound mystery. The lingering lack of explanation caused many to conclude the whole affair had been a waste of time, a wild goose chase. But they were wrong. This silence was just a comma, not a period. Whomever was behind this intricate operation had ensured its longevity and authenticity by including an authentication code, a PGP signature, with every single clue. This was the only way to verify a message was genuinely from Cicada, guarding against imposters seeking to derail the effort. For a year, the Internet was littered with weak imitations, false paths Cicada had explicitly warned against. Then, exactly 366 days after the first post, on January 4th, 2013, a new image arrived. It carried the official PGP signature. Cicada was back, and round 2 began in a fever pitch. The second puzzle mirrored the structure of the first, image to message, message to book, book to link. But it introduced new layers of complexity, showcasing the mastermind's constant evolution. This round featured a mysterious recording titled The Instar Emergence, and a cryptic Twitter account, adding new digital dimensions to the hunt. Most ominously, an unfamiliar runic alphabet was introduced, its meaning yet unknown, hinting at even deeper secrets. Once again, coordinates pulled participants out of their homes, this time 8 locations, across 4 countries. And once again, a select few were admitted to the private final stage. But this time the end was different. No triumphant message, no closure. The trail simply went cold. Cicada vanished again, leaving the world no closer to an explanation. It was almost as if they were testing resilience, not just intelligence. The cycle repeated in 2014 for round 3, demonstrating a pattern, a commitment to this enigmatic game. But this third puzzle was fundamentally different. It revolved around a strange, pivotal text, Liber Primus, Latin for first book, evidently written by Cicada themselves. The mysterious runic alphabet from 2013 finally made horrific sense. The book was primarily written in runes. Though the translated pages were philosophically complex, filled with ideological ideas, many who managed to decode parts of it compared the strange writings to those of a cult, or at least a deeply dedicated philosophical movement. It served as their manifesto, a bizarre collection of codes and clues, hinting at their core beliefs. One page advised searching for a website on the deep web, a site yet to be discovered, and another led to a recording titled Interconnectedness. The Liber Primus was a fortress. Of the 74 pages featuring runes, only 19 have been successfully translated to this day. The rest are protected by complex layers of encryption, a testament to Cicada's cryptographic prowess. As 2015 passed without a new hunt, the community began to suspect the Liber Primus was the key to Cicada's return. This suspicion was confirmed in 2016 when Cicada issued a rare public statement, encouraging re-examination of the book Since then, minimal progress has been made. The fundamental questions remain unanswered years later. What is the true purpose of Cicada 3301? Who operates in these shadows? And what happens at the ultimate end for those who truly succeed? It's a mystery that continues to captivate. Initial theories that this was merely a viral marketing stunt, much like the ARGs or alternate reality games, used for films like Artificial Intelligence or video games like Halo 2, faded as subsequent puzzles offered no commercialization whatsoever. There was never a product, never a brand to promote. Instead, leaked, albeit unverified, information from the private end stages suggested a different truth. Cicada described themselves as an international group dedicated to the belief that privacy is an inalienable right. Their goal, they claimed, was to recruit like-minded individuals to develop privacy-conscious solutions for the digital age. While the concept of a shadowy society recruiting through cryptographic puzzles seems entirely conspiratorial and straight out of a spy novel, it's not entirely unfounded. Intelligence agencies, including the British GCHQ in 2013, with their Can You Find It? program, have used similar digital recruitment tactics. Even the U.S. Navy and Google have publicly used puzzles to find new talent. So the idea isn't as far-fetched as it sounds at first blush. But what became of the recruits? The chosen few who supposedly won the first puzzle? Two alleged winners chronicled their experience. After receiving an email, they were granted access to a forum on the dark web, communicating with about 20 other recruits and established Cicada members. The group revealed its origins, a collective of friends sharing common ideals about security, privacy, and censorship, which grew into a decentralized international organization. The winners were tasked with developing software aligning with this ideology. But interestingly, the glamorous allure of the puzzle seemed to vanish once they were in. Without the intellectual challenge driving them, the recruits quickly lost interest. By the close of 2012, all but one had abandoned the effort, and a few months later the website simply disappeared. They never heard from Cicada again. A claimed winner of the second puzzle, known as Nox Populi, confirmed a chilling repetition of this pattern. He was invited to join, told to be patient, and then around May 2013, all communication abruptly ceased, mirroring the downfall of the first puzzle's winner site. Their experiences were identical: invitation, promise, silence. It begs the question, was the goal truly recruitment? Or was the puzzle itself the ultimate experience, with the reward being less engaging than the journey? The most plausible theory, stripping away the fantastical veneer, is that Cicada 3301 is likely a loose-knit group of privacy-minded hobby cryptographers, possibly a remnant of the cypherpunk movement of the late 80s and 90s, using these elaborate puzzles to find new talent, and perhaps just for the sheer challenge of it. While the international posters suggest a massive organization, the required effort could simply be an illusion created by one or multiple persons with disposable income, possibly traveling to locations often near international airports, or hiring others to post them. The fact remains that anyone with the means could create the deception of a vast secret network. Cicada made one final public statement in April 2017, merely warning against disinformation, an appropriate concern given their focus on truth and hidden messages. Today, the status of the Liber Primus and the possibility of a fourth cryptic resurgence remain utterly unknown, locked away in the unsolved mysteries of the deep internet. Will Cicada 3301 ever emerge again? Will the Liber Primus finally be fully translated? Only time will tell. What do you think about Cicada 3301? Is it a genuine secret society, a clever recruitment tool, or just a sophisticated game? Let me know your theories in the comments below.